is Other Demons. You can probably guess why we're playing this game if you've been with GameSoup for a while. If you haven't, stay tuned. You'll find out. My name's Joe.
My name's Ed.
We're playing Hell is Other Demons. We'd like to thank Cuddle Monster. Is that the name of the company? I think it's Cuddle Monster. We'd like to thank them for providing us with a copy of this title, as well as the kind folks over at terminals.io for facilitating that. And what else? Oh, follow us on Twitter and join our Discord. We do a bunch of giveaways over on Discord. Boy, do we do a lot of giveaways over there. And also, you can just hang out with us. So join our Discord. It's in the link below. So let's check this game out. Hell is Other Demons. So there's a campaign mode, an arcade mode, and hopefully it saved my controls. Let's double check though. Controller enable, of course.
Yeah,
it has all my controls. Okay, awesome. So we're gonna go into. I guess we'll just start with we'll do the campaign mode. That's mostly what I've been playing is the campaign mode. There's also a arcade mode, which we'll probably check out before the end of the video. So, what should be the first thing that we do? I guess we'll check out one of the earlier levels. I don't know. Sure. We'll do one of the first levels, and we'll do it with the current loadout. Sure. We'll start with a decent loadout, or so maybe we'll show some. Let's show the basic stuff. All right. Let's show the basic stuff first. Sorry for being indecisive.
And in a nutshell, this is Super Crate Box,
but the floor is lava.
There you go.
You'll see what we're talking about real soon. I meant to turn off all the upgrades. I just turned on the normal gun, but that's fine. We've got this is the normal gun. You move back as you shoot. It's kind of like Crate Box. It's got like a velocity to it. It pushes you back as you shoot. Right. You've got a lot of moves in the game. You've got a dash. You've got a double jump.
Oh, your dash has iframes too, right?
Yeah, the dash is you're invincible while you're in the middle of your dash. Yeah. And you can also stomp on enemies' heads.
Yeah, that whole thing.
Which you don't gain extra. I was gonna say it wouldn't work if you could gain extra velocity by holding down the button when you jump on their heads, but I'm pretty sure you do not gain extra velocity when you jump on their heads. But that does not work with a double jump because you're gonna be holding down the button when you're in the air when you're about to hit an enemy and bounce off of it. But instead you're going to do a double jump. So those two designs completely collide with each other, which is something I discovered when I was making a game a few years ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I had to choose one or the other.
Right. In fact, yeah. I played this game for about an hour last night, and that was one of the big things that I noticed. Like, I was trying to land on guys, but also I was trying to stay in place because you can like sort of glide and slow your descent. I was trying to do that, but you have to hold the button down, right, to slow your descent. But if you have a double jump available, you'll just double jump.
Yeah, you'll double jump. Those things kind of do conflict, actually, which we'll talk about. I'll show it when we get to it. We'll keep all the upgrades. So we were using the basic weapon. That's the only thing I really switched off, just to show what the basic weapon looks like. This is just a two-way shot. You attack both ways. It shoots a little bit slower than the standard machine gun, but I like it quite a lot more. I think it might even be more powerful. I'm not 100% positive on that. Then you've got your ultimate ability, which you have to build up a super bar, and then you get to use it. I did not use it in the previous level, but I'm sure we'll be seeing it relatively soon. And then these upgrades, you can equip as many of them as you would like, as long as you have the points available to do so. You see that on the left side there, there's all those pink bars, and then there's 5 bars at the top. I don't have those 5 bars unlocked. You'll see if I unequip this shield, it removes 4 of the pink bars because it costs 4. You can see it costs 4 in the bottom right corner. So that's how much each one of these costs. So right now I've got max HP plus 1, stomp more violently, which just does more damage when you stomp on enemies. Projectiles move further. You need this. Like, it's not it's not even a question. Projectiles move faster and farther. You need this because when you start the game, your bullets they don't go very far, and yeah, you need this to increase the amount of distance that they cover. Yeah.
I felt so gimped when I was playing this.
Faster fire rate, it makes the bullets come out faster. So yeah, the machine gun was going faster than its normal fire rate, and nullifies the first hit each level. This is it's just a shield.
And the game is brutal, man.
Yeah, and it's very hard. This is one of those difficult arcade games. It's in that category. What was I gonna say? Oh, the nice thing about this weapon that I really like is that it doesn't you don't move in either direction when you shoot because it shoots in both directions.
That's great.
So yeah, it doesn't it doesn't cause you to, it doesn't push your character away from the bullet.
I lost so many times because I was doing that and didn't realize I was falling off a ledge.
Yeah, this weapon's really nice for that, and then you don't have to aim as much.
Yeah.
And there's also no fall through in the game. You can't press down and jump to fall through platforms, which I think is fine.
Yeah.
That's something that actually, surprisingly, I have found confuses a lot of players.
Fall through?
Yeah, fall through. Fall through. When we were developing Inferno Racket, a lot of our testers could not figure out the fall through before we had the tutorial. Yeah, that's something I kind of assumed that game players understand the fall through mechanic because it's pretty common in games, but I think maybe nowadays, like, because I don't know, maybe because people are playing less platformers because there's a lot more other genres and a lot of platformers just don't have fall through, that maybe just some newer players, newer gamers, I guess, just aren't familiar with the fall through mechanic. Yeah, these guys. These big boys.
These are the ones that I was talking about last night. I rage quit on this game last night.
Yeah.
Because of these guys. And maybe it's different when you have upgrades, but I had no upgrades last night. And I was raging hardcore, man.
No, they're still pretty rage-inducing. I'm not gonna lie about that. So we did a few of the earlier levels. You have to unlock these as you go. So it's like a like a Mario Brothers, Super Mario Brothers 3 type of map system where you unlock a level, and then when you unlocks it unlocks the next one on the path. You can see I can't go to the left here because I haven't beaten this level yet.
Is it a boss? Try the boss. Or is it too hard?
No, this is not a boss. The skull rooms are not necessarily bosses.
Oh.
These are shops. The diamonds are shops. I guess we can check out the shop here. So each shop has different items available, and they all have, they give more gear slots is what this item is. So what I'm trying to save up for currently is, I don't think it's in this shop actually. But yeah, you can see kind of what they do. Laser unjump. Every time you jump, it does a laser. There is actually a really cool ability that I got in the arcade mode that I wanted to try out. I don't know what shop it's available in here, but it was every time you jumped, you shot a bullet under you. It was like kind of like a downwell ability. Attract gems from further away. This is the one I wanted to get. This max HP plus 3. So I was trying to save up for that. We have 8,500, but now I just got this idea in my head that I might want to get that one that shoots down whenever you jump. Jump higher. Yet another jump. Triple jump. That actually would be really good with the one that shoots down when you jump. Oh, but it costs 3 to have this ability. Alright, we'll do it. We'll do it. We'll buy it. And then we'll try a different level. So, yeah, this is the first area. It's the boneyard, like the purple area. Then we've got the plumes, or the factory is what this area is called. This is more of like a brown-orange color palette. Every color palette in the game is 4 colors. So it's like kind of Game Boy type of color palette, at least. Maybe not Game Boy style graphics. And, so yeah, I don't know. Just pick one of the levels and try it out. I don't remember too much how any of these levels go. But, so we're going to unequip the shield because that costs a lot, and then we're going to equip the boots, and then since we have another slot available, we're going to choose explode when taking damage. This one causes some confusion because it causes a lot of graphics to appear on the screen.
Oh.
Whenever you get hit, a lot of white bullets come out of you.
The game's already pretty busy graphically.
Yeah, so I notice myself not being able to tell what's happening on occasion when I'm playing the game. But I am liking this shooting downwards every time that I jump down. I think that's going to be quite useful. I do a lot of stomping in this game because, well, it's pretty powerful. I found that in a lot of levels, the best strategy is to stay as close to the top of the screen and as close to the middle as you can.
Yeah. I noticed that
tends to be a really good strategy.
Like the fact that you can stomp every enemy means that
having the height advantage gives you a huge advantage, especially after you get the upgrade that makes you do more damage when you stomp enemies. And even these razor blade enemies, you can stomp on the blades. It doesn't matter. There's one enemy though, we've seen it, but it hasn't gotten a chance to do one of its really cool attacks on me. It does a little dash at you, and that one, while it's dashing, it gets like a white halo around it, and it let me kill this guy. There we go. We just used a super there. These guys. Oh. I just killed it, but there's they get a little white halo around them and they dash towards you, and while they're doing that, you actually can't stomp them. That's like one of the only enemies that I've seen that you can't stomp, if not the only, and it's only during that one attack. So yeah, these are actually going pretty easily, partly because I've practiced the game and partly because we're fairly well upgraded at this point because we're playing on my previous file. So yeah, I want to get a bunch of gems though. So one way to get a bunch of gems is to do these infinite levels. Those are always fun. So this is the third level that I unlocked in the game, at least. It's called the Pus Works. So a lot of things like explode in this. That's kind of the general theme of this area here. So yeah, we're going to use the same setup, and this is just one of the infinite levels. So if you want to, yeah, if you want an infinite mode, there you go. You've got it, but you have to go into the campaign mode, and then you've got the infinite mode. And the infinite mode, I think it randomizes the arena. So sometimes you get a nice level where the floor isn't entirely lava, like this one isn't. This one isn't too bad. The problem with a lot of the level design in this game that I've found is that the floor is lava. There's a lot of levels where it's just a few platforms above, and then if you touch the bottom, it's either a lava pit or a bunch of spikes, and you take damage. So if you dash, you might put yourself in a situation where you just wind up dashing, and not, if you don't have a double jump available, which happens frequently because the game's pretty frantic, then you just fall into the pit, right? So you run into a lot of problems, and if you're not really fast on the twitch draw, which nobody is every time, then you're gonna have some trouble, and you're going to wind up in those pits.
Also,
hitting the floor is lava quite often.
The power-ups and the hearts, if you don't collect them within like 3 seconds, they fall into the pits.
Yeah, I find that to be kind of annoying, that the hearts can be. I wind up getting hit trying to get the hearts most of the time.
Yep,
most of the time when I go after the hearts, I do wind up taking the hit just going after the hearts. Then I have to reclaim my place at the top of the screen, which up here, this is where you want to be, man.
Like anything that's above you has the advantage on you, and it's probably going to get hidden on you, you know?
Yeah, you really want to keep the height advantage in this game. And there are some enemies that will eliminate your height advantage in this game.
But
there are some times where it does force you to go down and not just to get a heart. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, I kind of admire the concept. It's like Crate Box, but if Crate Box had a campaign.
Yeah.
You know? But
yeah, the arcade mode is a little bit more like Crate Box in that it does give you random guns every so often. Not quite as often as Crate Box does, but this game is obviously inspired by Crate Box. I mean, look at those basic flying enemies that fly towards you. They look just like the guys from Crate Box, which I can give a pass, because when you're dealing with a very small amount of pixels, I mean, how else do you draw a skull at that size? It's about the only way to do it.
Well, you don't draw a skull because skeletons, bats, and spiders, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You choose something else. But again, with that few pixels, how do you choose?
Yeah, but I mean, like, a lot of the enemies in this game, they look different enough. They're not just skeletons, bats, and skulls. There are some skulls, obviously, but
it's definitely got a style. At least,
oh god, I almost fell in that pit.
What do you call it? Is that like a dithering effect? Is that what you call that?
Dithering, yeah.
That is like a core feature of this game, really.
Yeah, there's a lot of dithering in this game. Do you want to explain what dithering is? Or?
It's in the background there, where you can see like that checkerboard pattern of black and purple there.
Yeah.
And I think that they used to do that as a way to like imitate
a gray tone. It basically just gives you a gray tone between two values. So like you can see around my character right now, we've got like a purple and black sort of dithering effect here. So it looks like a halftone between the purple color and the black color.
But here that's a choice, an artistic choice.
Yeah, obviously there's not really a limitation on most people's PCs that's going to require you to use dithering as part of it. Like the old Mortal Kombat games used a lot of dithering, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they're limited with the number of colors they can display, and it was trying to display like realistic characters, right? So they had to do they had to use a lot of halftones, and the best way to do it with a limited color palette was to do a lot of dithering. And you can see it in a lot of comics too. A lot of old comics and a lot of manga use it's not called dithering there. It's called a zip tone, actually.
A zip tone?
Yeah, zip tone. You get these little dots. You'll see, like, if you look really closely at a manga comic, especially, or just an old comic book, you'll see a lot of these little dots, and it creates like a gray tone. So that's like because of the limitations of printing presses, especially older style like newspaper printing presses. That's why they did that there. And it's pretty similar in video games with the dithering. It's a pretty similar concept there. Just hardware limitations cause them to do that, to make the art look better. So yeah, there's your history lesson on dithering.
You don't see that much anymore, really.
No, it's really it's only a stylistic choice at this point.
You know, like all things considered, everything else in this game reads really well. So I'm kind of surprised that it's included at all. Not that it's bad. It's completely fine. I think it's a nice compliment to the graphic style.
I think this is the farthest I've gotten. But this is also the most upgraded I've gotten when I've done one of these infinites. I played the game a little more than 2 hours already before we were recording, and Ed played it for I don't know, like 20 minutes or so.
Something like that. I think I played it for longer than that, but not much longer. Yeah. I got to the boss that's just a giant skull with horns.
That's the first boss. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I got to the first boss.
That's the only boss I've killed so far. I would actually like to pass the controller to you to play a couple of the other bosses and to play one specific level that I really want to see how you handle.
All right. Yeah, the farthest I got last night was I got to this area, I think in the Pus Works, I guess. And the first stage in that game is one where you start out on a low platform, and there are enemies high up on your left and right sides. And of course in this game height advantage is everything.
Sure.
And I couldn't get up there. I just couldn't get up there, and I kept trying, and I just kept taking hits. And before that, I blew through like the first 4 or 5 levels of the game, and then I think it was the final level of the first area. I think I tried it 10 times, maybe closer to 15 tries. And I would get through 4 out of 5 waves, no problems, right? I would wreck it. Yeah. And the 5th wave is 3 of those guys, like those demon lord guys.
Yeah, those demon lord. Yeah, let's call them demon lords. Demon lords. That's a good name for
3 of them, and they each create, I think, 5 or 6 projectiles.
Yep, and then they hone towards you in a
yeah. And it happens so quickly. And if you dash out of the way, you're just gonna dash into the bullets.
Yep. Yeah, it's really hard for it's almost impossible for a human being to read like the actions of those enemies, even one of them, and then to throw 3 of them at you. Yeah, it's pretty difficult.
It reminds me a lot of sign behavior. You know, like for some reason, the human brain does not work well when it's trying to read those abilities and figure out where to avoid them. Yeah. You know what I mean? So
those guys are really difficult.
And I find it difficult.
I got hit there?
Oh, you did. I find it difficult to assume responsibility for those things, but also I find it difficult to blame those enemies because everything is telegraphed. You know what I mean? And especially those enemies, it's telegraphed clearly enough. So I don't know where the issue is. Where I feel like there's a disconnect between what I'm expecting to happen, and how much time there is to react. I'm sure we'll encounter some of those guys again. But that was like probably my biggest stopping point with the game. I spent 20 or 30 minutes there out of my hour playthrough or so. So those guys are It's really frustrating doing an entire stage and you get to the final wave and just die over and over and over from full health. You know what I mean?
Yeah. This downward shot, every time you jump, shooting the bullets, it's very powerful. Like this is, I think that might be the major reason why my play is improving since I was playing it.
I was gonna say it didn't sound that useful because you can just jump on guys, but I guess it is.
Yeah, right? You can kill a lot more guys with it. You can jump on one guy's head at a time, and you gotta reset by falling back down onto the next guy. But with this shot, you can just blast a bunch of them away.
So you use the gems to buy the upgrades, right?
Yeah. To collect the gems, you've got to release your shot as well. It causes the gems to magnetize towards the player if you release the shot, which is a pretty common shmup mechanic. Oh, I was killed. Finally, that was a fucking long run.
That was
560. We got the top score.
Oh my god.
We're 57 Media, by the way. We're changing the name of our channel. No, actually, that's my old Steam account. I redeemed it on there for some reason instead of the GameSoup account, but who cares?
Wow.
That was a pretty good run.
That was really good, Joe.
We got almost our...
Hit Y.
Oh, global scores. Now this shows your friends' scores.
Okay.
Yeah, we're looking at global scores and we press Y because the friends' scores. So we have almost enough to get that health upgrade, but I would really like for Ed to try this level.
Bouncy?
You're gonna like this level. Oh, and also, I'm turning off because I want you to experience this how I experienced it.
Son of a bitch.
I will be nice and give you the shield though, so you have a little bit more health than when I first did this level. And I would like to see how you react to this level.
Oh god, alright. Now I'm curious about this weapon. Oh, this is the twin shooter, and this is just the regular pew pew pew.
Yeah,
okay.
Go with the twin shooter. I had that when I got here too. I would go with that. I don't know how relevant it's gonna be. It's a hint, but you'll see. All right.
It looks simple so far.
No problem. No problem, right?
No problem. There's no floor.
There's no floor.
There's just no floor at all.
Yeah, what do you think about that? You think you're gonna be able to clear this one?
I don't know.
Do you wanna know how many tries it took me to clear this one?
A lot,
I don't even know.
Oh, I'm guessing this was
You're doing a lot better than I did on my first try.
I'm guessing... That's annoying. You know what's annoying? You're trying to land on something.
Yeah, you're trying to land on that guy,
you.
and yeah, that's your only way of not falling into the pit below, and it shoots you. Yeah, you're
Oh my god.
You're damn right.
Yeah, I noticed during my like 15 runs of that one level that every time you jump on an enemy, your double jump resets.
Yeah.
Which I found
you need to take advantage of.
Yep.
That this level will teach you that. If you don't know it yet, this level will teach you that.
Also, it seems like sometimes your double jump just randomly resets.
You actually reset your jump and your double jump after you jump on a guy. You get 2 jumps.
Oh,
after you jump on a guy.
that might.
This level taught me that.
Oh, I almost made it.
No, you didn't.
Oh no! Really?
No, you didn't. Try it again.
All right, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. Yeah, those enemies that shoot things at you. Like on the one hand, you want to keep. Oh, I did it again. You keep the height advantage.
All you lost was the shield this time. But if you touch the floor, you lose 2 health.
Yo, what? 2?
Yeah, you lose 2 normally when you touch the floor. But you've got the shield, so you just lose the shield if you touch it the first time.
That's actually insane.
It's nearly impossible to not take that first hit from the. Yeah,
I just took it.
Yep.
Oh my
you just
god.
Took it. You really don't get a whole lot of a chance.
The hell?
I've tried a lot of things. I've tried like dashing back and forth. I might have done it one time, but I couldn't figure it out.
No.
One tip. I'll just give you a tip.
Yeah.
Don't just stop shooting.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Don't shoot me. Oh, there goes my ultimate.
Don't get your ultimate. Don't bother getting that ultimate.
Yeah. I really hate how those things fall. They shouldn't fall. Or they
fall really fast.
Yeah.
And I kind of don't like when items disappear in modern games. You've got to have a really good design. It's got to be.
You need a good reason.
Yeah, it needs to be integral to the design.
Yeah.
Now with this, I can sort of with the crystals, I can see the reasoning behind doing it design-wise there. Because the crystals really don't affect anything in your current run. They're your upgrade juice, right? So you screw over your current run slightly because you have to stop shooting. In most levels, stopping shooting is bad. Yeah, you keep shooting. You keep shooting.
Keep
seems
shooting?
like you keep. No, I said you kept shooting. It seems like you can bounce off of the slime there. Anyway, look at what's happening.
Look at what's happening! This is exactly the same situation in that one level.
Except that you can't touch the floor.
Yeah, except
there's nothing to stand on. Use your ultimate. Oh, you killed. Wait, you did it.
Oh my god.
You did it without using an ultimate. Okay, well you did better than me because when I cleared it, I used the ultimate on it. Like I got to that part probably like 4 times. And then the last time, I saved my ultimate, and I just lined them up perfectly and killed them all in one blast. That was the only way I could do it.
When I was
very impressed with your performance there.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, well, that level that I was stuck on for like 15 times, the only reason I cleared it was because at the very end, it just so happened, all 3 of them happened to line up in the exact same place.
And you used that your ultimate, right?
It was just pure RNG.
Yeah.
So like, there wasn't a satisfying sense of victory, you know? So, what is the difference between the skull level? Do you know? Like the skull levels versus the...
You know what? I actually don't know. These ones have the 3 dots, like you need to get a flawless no weapon. No, but this is the same thing.
Maybe it just means you haven't gotten any of them yet. You haven't got any of the 3 win conditions or whatever.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe that's it. No, but these ones have nothing in them. These are just 3 circles. So that would mark that. So I'm not really sure. I guess we can show this real quick. Whenever you kill a boss, which I've only killed 1.
Ooh, what is this?
He gives you a crystal. So this crystal is the item I got when I killed the first boss.
Oh.
You get 4 of these and it opens this portal, which I assume is the gate to like the lowest depths of hell. So that probably is like the last boss or the last area or whatever end game this game has.
It's the Devourer, huh? Sounds sexy.
You want to play one more?
Yeah.
I want you to try this boss.
Okay. I never beat the first boss.
And see how it goes. Well, you won't beat this one. I couldn't beat this one. If you beat this one, I'll be extra impressed. Yeah, the items you have are pretty decent for this, I think.
The Devourer. 666 health.
They all have 666 health.
Oh,
every boss in the game has 666 health. It's very cute.
Wait, I just took damage from an exploding barrel.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, no!
Okay, I'll give you a tip. You can dash through those.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You cannot dash through the Devourer, however. I wouldn't recommend that.
I was gonna say, why did you give me the twin shooter if only I was going to shoot above the barrels? But
you can dash behind you.
No.
It is somewhat advantageous to do on this boss because you can shoot behind you. But you will see that there is an equal disadvantage to using this weapon. I'd like you to guess what it is.
I can't even.
Yeah, that attack's really hard to dodge.
You gotta dash?
You gotta dash a lot. This guy chases you, and Ed loves being chased.
Being
especially
chased
in games.
Games is the best thing. The Devourer. Whoops, I did it again. So you have to do this. You have to, like...
But you also gotta hit him sometimes, too.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. It's pretty hard to... I can't fucking figure it out! And then he does like that spraying attack where he sprays like hot oil at you or something, like that fire breath thing. It's really hard to it's hard to figure out how to beat this guy. Also, those exploding barrels, right? So if you continuously fire forward and backward with this gun, it might be better to just use the pea shooter. I don't have any other guns unlocked, but we might just have the wrong gun for this boss.
Nah, how can this be the wrong gun when you shoot backwards for free?
It shoots backwards at an enemy that's behind you, right? That seems like it would be advantageous, but I wind up shooting the barrels in front of me. I think a big part of the problem is the blast radius of the barrels might be too big, and also it's hard to see them coming because you've got to keep your character towards the front, right? And you're being chased, so you're always going to be in the middle of the screen, and you're not going to have time to react to the barrels as you're shooting them.
That is true.
When you're coming up, so this might be the wrong gun. This is the gun. I mean, yeah, I tried this boss. I don't know, maybe like 6 times, and I used this gun every time. So maybe it's just the wrong gun, but I had a lot of trouble with this boss, obviously.
You turn into a face. A different face, I mean. What? Really? Alright. That seems unavoidable, but I'm sure there's a way to do it. I might just be a Ricky Retardo.
And this really makes you, I mean, it's one of those hard games where every time you die, it's very easy to restart again, and you just want to keep trying again. Like you don't want to get defeated by this stupid game.
The only thing I will say, God, shit. Compared to Super Crate Box, right, which is clearly an inspiration here.
Right.
When I die in Crate Box, I know it's my fault, and I blame it on myself, and I want to play it again. Sometimes when I died in this game, I didn't feel like it was my fault.
This is kind of like this is much more expanded than Crate Box is.
Yeah.
There's a lot more content. Like the whole campaign mode, like Crate Box was made specifically as a small arcade game, and I wonder if this game did a similar thing to what we did, what Ed and I did with our first game, Infernal Racket, where it started as something that was supposed to just be a single screen arcade game, and Crate Box was one of our influences actually, and we were. And it just expanded, and we made an upgrade system and all this, a bunch of nonsense, right? But not nonsense, I shouldn't say that, but just a bunch of extra content and an upgrade system, a lot of extra levels, ton of extra levels, and then maybe that's what happened here. Like maybe this was just supposed to be that arcade mode, and then with like one screen, and it was supposed to be a pretty simple little game, and then you just keep coming up with ideas. God, is it easy to come up with ideas, but and God, is it really hard to. Are you kidding? Cut ideas out and
wait, we broke the game.
Oh, did we get a lock here? I think we got a lock. Hard lock, soft lock?
I mean,
we can
retry, but
oh, so it's a soft lock then. We got a double KO here.
That's a pretty egregious bug. I beat him though.
You killed him. That counts. All right, exit to the map.
All right, let's I wonder if it gives me the... Did you think it counts? No, it didn't count.
Nah, I don't think so.
We're gonna do it again. We're gonna do it again.
All right.
Is that okay?
Go for it, man. I couldn't do it. I'm impressed by your ability to do it. You gotta... There you go.
What? Cat fuzz?
Yeah, you're good. You had a cat fuzz on your eyebrow. Yeah,
you
just
can't even
retry, man.
You can't even touch those.
No, you gotta dash through it, man.
Yeah.
This is where the dash really comes in handy. Like, I think that the intent of the developer was to have the dash be used quite a lot, but a lot of the level designs in the campaign are really not conducive to the dash. Because, yeah, I think we talked about it. Was that before the show or on the show? I think it was on the show. So I think we already covered it.
Yeah, I almost never used the dash, and when I made a conscious effort to, I just got hit, you know? Like, that's the kind of thing. Like, it's nice to have, and, like, get the iframes and everything, but I couldn't make room for it in my brain. This is such a fast-paced game, you know?
Yeah, I mean, and a lot of the time the dash will just put you into lava, right? The floor is lava. The floor is lava so frequently in campaign mode. Like, I feel...
No!
He really caught up to it. I really feel unsafe a lot in this.
He died again. He died again. What?
Hey, you got it. You got the crystal.
I'm dead, though.
You might have to grab it, though. You might actually have to grab it to complete.
We're gonna do it.
Don't forget to dash.
Oh, thanks, Dad.
But you really aren't gonna be able to do this one without dashing.
Yeah, like, it's a cool idea for a game. Also, I noticed that sometimes in a lot of levels I was getting hit by off-screen projectiles, things that came on screen so quickly that I had no time to dodge them. Mostly with those demons, you know? But also with those those giant eyeball enemies, those kind of did it too.
Yeah, there's a lot of up and down scrolling, not so much side scrolling. This is like the only side scrolling in the whole game is this boss, as far as I know.
And in that same vein, I almost wish that the game didn't have any, like, it was so constrained to one screen that there was no scrolling at all. Because that is where I've taken the most hits. Aside from those demon horn guys, you know?
So you did it again. Wow, you're really good at this boss. You've killed him 3 times now.
What did we get?
You got that crystal.
Factory, the Devourer. We got some crystals.
So now you gotta go to that middle section there. Press up, right.
Oh.
There you go. Go back in there. Infernal Gateway. That's where we want to go.
All right.
And you'll put your crystal there.
Cool.
So now we have 2 of them, I assume. What happened? Did you get stuck under that little ledge there?
No, if you hold right and then just jump, you can't actually jump there. Oh. It's kind of weird.
Did you just go in? Oh no, it doesn't go in. Okay, that scared the shit out of me. Okay, so we got that the round crystal.
Yeah. 2 out of 4, right?
Yeah.
You have the other 2 bosses unlocked, it looks like.
I have 1 of the other bosses. I don't have the 4th boss unlocked.
Well, I have good news for you. Apparently, I'm a boss whiz.
Yeah, you are. You are a boss
whiz.
This one, I came pretty close to beating this guy. I tried him a few times. This guy really, really reminds me... I don't know if it's an inspiration, but he really reminds me of a boss from Counter Shattered Soldier.
Oh.
There's a boss that, like, even looked pretty similar. He looked kind of similar to this, and he was, yeah, it had, like, 2 or 3 platforms. I can't remember exactly. I played the shit out of that game, but I think there were 2 or 3 platforms, and you had to move between them, and then this, like, thing that looked similar to this, it was a similar shape to this, would jump out and shoot bullets at you and try to dive on you and bite you and stuff like this.
Oh, great. Oh, great. Alright, so not my finest moment.
Well, you didn't know what he was going to do. There was not like there was any warning. There wasn't any splashing in the water below. Ed. That's the first wave. I'm not really even sure why those enemies are there. Like, I mean, that's just a small...
Are you shitting me?
That's a small critique.
Are you
Oh yeah, he'll do this sometimes. You're dead.
Where am I?
Actually, I don't know.
Wait, oh, I thought
that happened to me one time before, though. I had, like, almost full health, and he, like, grabbed me somehow, and my character got locked into him, and he just crushed me down into the slime, and that's it. He just lost, like, 5 health.
Yeah, some of the design choices I find to be a little questionable. It might just be a matter of taste, honestly. You know, but like you said, having that first wave of enemies, like, why is that even there? I don't really understand it sometimes. Okay.
That was luck.
That was
luck.
Pure luck.
That
Yeah,
was definitely luck.
There was 0. Are you out of this world? Are you?
Whoa! He just. Holy God! You had 4 health when he first tapped you there. Then he just bit you to death. He devoured you. We're gonna talk about devourer.
This guy's the lurker, though.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
not
this
even
is the lurker.
devourer.
Right? He should spend more time lurking.
Do you think there's some upgrade that we don't have that would be a perfect fit?
Yeah, there actually is. It's called increase your HP by 3, which we have enough money to do right now. So why don't we just do that right now?
You know, that was the first thing that I bought. I think it was the only thing that I bought.
I don't think you got to upgrade HP by 3 because you got to get to a later
I did. No,
shop.
It's not.
No,
it wasn't here. Where was it?
It might be this one.
It was here.
Oh, maybe you got it then.
Yeah, I did. It was the only thing I bought.
Yeah.
For 10K.
10K, yeah.
And then I realized.
And then you need 3 slots. But we can unequip some stuff. But you can get a couple more slots. We got money.
Oh yeah.
You might be able to get 1 or 2 more slots. 1 more.
Yeah,
That's
so
it.
I bought the HP plus 3, and then I realized that I didn't have any more slots for my special.
Yeah. You need to get those upgrade slots too. You got to get the slots to go with the abilities. So yeah, you got to unequip something that costs 2. We don't have anything that costs 2.
Oh, we can get rid of that.
Here, I'll do it.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Okay,
So we want to keep fire rate. We want to keep that.
We need to keep that. We need to keep.
We don't need that. Do we? Boot stomp.
We can get rid of the shield. We just have to get rid of the shield. I think that's going to be the best thing to get rid of. But then we can afford. Actually, boot. This would be good to have too. Probably get rid of the boot stomp and have the.
And we don't need that.
Yeah, you probably won't need it actually. Yeah. You don't really need it. Explode when taking damage. You'll do a little extra damage when you hit them. All right, so we're missing 1. That's fine. All right. You want to do it?
Sure. I mean, do you want to play? You can.
No, you do it. You do
it.
I want to see you do it.
I don't know if that's gonna happen.
You're the boss.
Try. The boss. Look at all that health.
That's a lot of health. You probably will do it at this point.
I don't know.
Like, I think that's pretty necessary to get that. It seems like it's pretty necessary to beat the game to get that upgrade. Yeah. Well, it's not gonna happen this time.
No. It happened again. Yeah, like, those bullets come from off-screen because they're so much higher than... Oh, crud. Alright, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do it this time. Like, you know, when I play this game... I don't feel the urge to play more of it.
Really?
It makes me want to play Crate Box more.
I actually felt the urge to play more of this when I was playing it. I wanted to defeat the game. I felt the Skinner box effect of collecting the gems. Okay. Even though I knew it, I recognized it when I was doing it, and I decided, okay, I'm just gonna stop playing it. I played enough of it that I gotta get some work done too, and I wanted to play a little bit though before we did the recording.
Yeah.
But yeah, I managed to convince myself, no, it doesn't really matter. It's just a video game. I gotta stop playing it. But it does have that that modern. I mean, I call it Skinner box. That sounds a little bit derogatory, but you know, most modern games, almost all, have this mechanism in them where you collect something that upgrades or at least side grades your character between levels, right? Even if it's an arcade game, every game has to have that, right?
Yeah.
Our first game, Inferno Racket, did not have that. I think that was one of our biggest mistakes.
I disagree.
Not having some kind of something that affects something that you can equip between each round that affects the game. It didn't necessarily have to be something that would make your character more powerful, but just customizable, and that you could unlock more things between rounds that would customize your character. And what we did was instead we had an upgrade system, but it was only round specific. It was only it would only last for your current playthrough of the game, right?
But, you know, in our defense, we played Rogue Legacy one summer, and that's a cheap Skinner box.
That game is only a cheap Skinner box. Like, so Rogue Legacy, I mean, man, at the time, if you played it when it came out and you remember it, don't go back and play it again. Just keep your memory of it. Because I fairly recently went back and played it, and I'm sorry, it is a glorified Skinner box.
I mean, all games are to some extent,
right? At the time that it came out, there hadn't been anything like it before, and we weren't so used to like these cell phone type of games where like that's all that they are.
Right.
Like this actually has gameplay to it. I mean, let's face it. Like this, even Rogue Legacy, like this and Rogue Legacy, they actually have some gameplay to it. But a lot of these phone games, like they don't take any skill to play, and the whole point of it is to have that upgrade system, that thing that keeps you playing. Like, you want to get your guy to the next level. You want to get more of those gems, more of that gold, more of whatever the resource in the game is, and it's really not about the gameplay. And I think we have to face that's just part of games now. Like, you can go back and play an old NES game or old game. There you go. You did it, man. Congrats.
I did it. Yeah.
Congrats, man. Congrats. I keep punching you in the arm because you're such a great man.
I am pretty.
You got to go to that altar in the middle so you can.
I want to fight that.
Give in your crystal.
Oh, we're never gonna.
We can't get to the last boss. I mean, you can try it. We can try getting to him if you want.
Infernal. What if
you got a little bit more time?
What if you place all 4 crystals on the Infernal Gateway, and it opens up the world of Infernal Racket?
That'd be great. It's just another game.
It's
you just get another game with it. Yeah. And
I would do that.
He copied our game. He just copied all of our.
I guess I should have said if he approached us and said, "Hey, you want to put your game in my game?" Hell yeah.
I'd probably do it for free.
For free. Do you want to play? I've played a lot.
No, actually, I want you to play it because I wanted to talk about a couple other things. What was the previous topic? I'd like to finish it, but I kind of forget what it was.
Shit.
Oh yeah, Skinner boxes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of a necessary thing. Like, most people need some kind of breadcrumb to keep them moving along and keep them playing the game. Like, just getting the high score, or even getting just an achievement that doesn't buff your character, or at least give you like more options to customize your character, I guess is a better way to say it. It doesn't even necessarily need to be an upgrade. Just, side grade someone customizing your character. If there's no breadcrumbs to unlock them, they're just going to play another game where they have those breadcrumbs. It's just a piece of psychology that I think you just can't get around. Like an old NES game, or like old games, people are a little bit more willing to go back and play them, mainly like people who are nostalgic for them, like us, and play them just for the joy of playing them and for the joy of getting a high score or just completing the game. But I think as in a modern game, like, even if you don't want to do it, you kind of have to do it.
That's depressing.
You kind of have to include some kind of a system like that.
Oops. Because I didn't feel like we needed that for Infernal Racket.
I felt like we didn't either, but I think I was wrong. I think this game reminds me of Infernal Racket in a lot of ways. I mean, it's inspired by Cratebox. It's an arcade game that looks like it was designed with a very simple design in mind, and then probably scope creeped and spiraled out of control. I don't know if that's the case.
Yeah.
That might be the case. I don't know. Maybe he had this scope in mind when he made it, and it wound up being exactly what he wanted it to be. But it is the first game by the company, and I'm pretty sure it is just one guy who made the game.
Yo, what the hell? No, I mean, if you look at the campaign, it's only like 24 levels or 30 levels, right? So it's a short campaign, but...
Yeah, I mean, he probably could have stretched that out, like designed more levels and just made some of them easy levels, you know? Just had a few really hard ones. Like, most of the ones that are in the game, I think, are pretty fucking hard.
Mm-hmm.
So, if he just, like, put some easier ones in between, and especially ones that don't have the floor as lava.
Right.
Because those aren't really that conducive to the dash, as we discussed earlier. But, another thing that... Yeah, it leads into another thing, what we were just talking about with,
uh-oh, that's a gun.
The design of the game and the Skinner box thing. And I worry about the potential success of this game because it's really fucking hard out there for an indie dev right now. Mm-hmm. And I'm not just speaking from like my own personal experience. Like, I see other games out there that would have done a lot better years ago, and they're decent games, and they get like 7 reviews on Steam. They get nothing. And I mean, Steam does nothing for you. Steam does nothing to promote your game. This game was published by Congregate, and Congregate actually has a new a new app.
Yeah, they have Cartridge.
Cartridge, yeah, that's right.
You know why? Because I downloaded it.
Oh, you did?
Because remember that game that I played last year at the shore? I'm still playing it.
What game?
That clicker game.
Oh, you have so that's on Cartridge.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, Cartridge is like a Steam version of everything that's on Congregate. But so does that mean
this is out on Cartridge though?
Is it actually?
Yeah. This is out on Cartridge. We should have probably mentioned that up top.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is. So I don't know. Maybe they do more for their developers. So I mean, I hope this game does well. Like, I honestly hope this game does well because it's pretty solid. It's a pretty solid like arcade style indie game. And a game like this, if it came out you know, like 2015, even 2016, somewhere around there, or before, it would have done really well. There's a lot of games like this. They're not, I mean, let's face it, it's not necessarily breaking any major ground, but it's just like, it's a solid arcade game.
Yeah.
A game like this would have done a lot better. Would most likely do well. Like, everything's probabilities, right? But it would most likely do well years ago. Now, I think the likelihood is probably that it won't, even though it seems like a decent game. But it is a decent game, in my opinion.
Yeah. I think we're getting to that point where good is not enough anymore.
Yeah.
Being a solid game is not enough, you know?
Even like being the best in a category might not even be enough. You'd probably do well if you made like the best game in a specific category. But I think you really need to give players something unique. You need to fill a certain need. That yeah, I've been talking to somebody on our Discord server actually recently about this, but I don't know if they want to be named, so I won't name anybody. But yeah, like a game needs to fill a certain need. Like that's one of the most important things as far as the product goes, right? When you're making a game, is that you're filling a certain need, and people want to see something different. I think now, I think just making another solid arcade game is not enough anymore. And I mean, making a solid game in any genre really is not going to be enough for an indie developer. It's really, really difficult out there for an indie developer right now. Like, I think it's about as hard as it's been. Like, making a game is easier than ever. Like, the tools have been brought down further and further as time goes on. With Game Maker, Construct 2, Unity, these engines are doing a lot of the work for the developer. So it allows more and more people to be able to get into game development, but at the same time, there's more games out there, and it's probably. I'm trying to put my finger on exactly what the problem is, or what the case is here.
The problem is that there are too many games.
Yeah, that's definitely part of it. There's too many games. People might even just be sick of indie games. Like, you see a lot of these indie games, they go on sale really cheap on Steam, and you'll see like a lot of other websites that sell games. The games go on sale for so cheap. You'll get some decent games for like 50 cents or $1 sometimes. It's pretty ridiculous, and so yeah, people. I think people value games less, and there's a lot of free-to-play games. There's just so much competition, right? Yeah. And there's plenty of old games. Mm-hmm. Like the old companies will repackage even like Sega will repackage old Sega Genesis games. So there's so many games competing for people's time. So that's part of it. And what else? I think there's another thing.
You go on Steam and you see like Hentai Ladies puzzle game number 67. Yeah. And you consider that people are buying those games. People are not buying this game. People are buying those games. Hentai Queen 67.
Yeah. There's a lot of. You
gotta be better than everyone.
Yeah, since the green light went away, and actually this game was green lighted.
It was.
This was one of the last games to be green lighted, I believe. It was one of the within the last few months of green light. It had to go through the green light process, but turns out they didn't actually have to go through the green light process because they got rid of that well before this game came out. So it did make it through. It did make it through greenlight. So maybe the people that greenlighted it, maybe they'll get notified that the game is out. I don't know how that works, or maybe they'll just remember the game. So I mean, I really do. I honestly hope the game does well.
Because that was what, like 2 years ago, once they stopped greenlight.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago. Oh crud. I feel like there's something weird going on with the jumping. Like, sometimes you can just jump extra, and I don't know why.
Yeah, it's not... When you step on an enemy, you get 2 jumps.
Yeah, but I think it's more than that. Like, sometimes when I'm about to hit spikes, if I just jump, sometimes I just randomly... It just works.
Well, we got this last boss here.
The Luminous.
The 4th boss.
I'm sure there's a final boss, right? There must be.
Yeah, there has to be, because of that portal thing there, yeah.
The Luminous. I'm sure he's easy.
He won't be, but you've got a lot of health. Since we got that 3 health thing, I mean, you've been blazing through this a lot faster. Yeah, I mean, not to take away from your victories, you've been doing really fucking well.
No, I mean, this was a nightmare last night. I rage quit.
Yeah, so you definitely need those upgrades.
Oh no!
But this isn't near the Skinner box level of Rogue Legacy. Like, Rogue Legacy is the extreme example.
Oh my god, you deal a lot of damage when you bounce on their heads.
Do you have that? Do you have that shoot down when you jump? No, you don't. Because that costs 3. That costs 3 points to do. So, but we probably have enough to buy slots to put that on. So if you die here, you should go buy some more slots and equip that thing where when you jump on the enemies, it does. Or when you do a jump, you do a shooting attack downward. Boy, I could have worded that better.
Look at that damage bait. What is happening?
We're falling down Mortal Kombat style to the next arena.
Look at that damage.
So now the floor is lava on the sides. I wonder if we fall down another time. It looks like by his hit points, we are going to fall through the floor one more time.
Yo!
Holy God. Yeah. You got to memorize this attack.
That happens pretty quickly. A little too quickly.
Yeah, you got to get close to the laser. He just pulled a laser out of his head, out of the top of his head. There was no warning there.
Yeah.
So you think you're good, sucker.
I think this is going to come down to some memorization instead of telegraphs, you know?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I mean, that's fair enough.
Is it?
I mean, if some games do that, and that's how some games are designed, you gotta memorize the shit. Like, should you be able to beat a boss on the first try? Should the telegraphs be so obvious that you're able to beat the boss on the first try? I don't think so. I don't think you should be able to beat. I mean, in a hard game, if you want to hold the player's hand and just walk them through the game, but I think in a hard game, it's fair if it takes you like 4 or 5 tries to beat a boss.
I guess so.
And then like a really hard game, a game that you're expecting it to be, you're catering towards the difficult, loving audience, it can take longer. But I think if it's like an average audience, you probably want the boss to be beaten like 3 to 5 tries. Probably. And that's kind of what we aimed for with our second game, GameSoup. We wanted the players to be able to figure out how to play each mini game within 3 tries and be able to clear it on their 4th try. That's kind of the rule we used. And that worked pretty well to design that. For those of you who don't know, our second game was a WarioWare style game. It was a sequence of really fast mini games. So that's how we designed that. Well, you just jumped really high. How did you do that?
I don't know.
I have also noticed another bug where sometimes I just appear at the top of the screen. I don't know if you've seen that. It happened to me 2 times while I was playing it. I'm not sure why, but it was really weird. Like I suddenly just teleported all the way to the top.
Like you hit the jump button and suddenly you were at the top?
I don't even know if I hit the jump button. I was just like confused, and all of a sudden I was at the top of the screen. Like I might have fallen into a pit. I actually can't remember what triggered it, unfortunately. But it was some. Yeah, I don't remember what triggered it. I don't know if you're gonna be able to get out of this. Oh no, you'll be able to get out of it.
Oh yeah, I always forget about.
Just dash through. Yeah,
I always forget about it.
Yeah,
I almost wish it wasn't part of the gameplay, because it leads to so many outs that the developer can do, where they can say, "Oh, you should just dash out of it." But then there's stuff like this, you know?
Yeah.
Like that's tough. That's tough. Like the more tools you have, the harder the game can be. Which, you know, as a player, I feel like I complain about, but as a developer, I want that to be an option for me. So I shouldn't complain, you know? Like that's just the nature. Oh my shit. Oh my dick!
Don't spin again. He's not going to spin again. He only spins once when he does that.
Dicks. Come on. This guy loves guns, man. I'm more into this now than I was last night, Joe. Yo!
I noticed, yeah, you keep on retrying it.
Yeah. It is one of those games, though. You know, like...
Yeah, it does make you want to... The bosses make you want to keep playing just because you want to show them who's boss. And the levels make you want to keep playing because... Well, partly because you want to show who's boss, but also because you want to collect those goddamn crystals. And you have 14,000 crystals to spend. You could actually have a better upgraded character right now. To defeat this boss. This boss, I mean... I think they expect that you're going to have that extra 3 health at this point.
Yeah, maybe.
Because look at how fucking hard he is. You're having a hard time on him.
Yeah. Is it this one?
You can get up. You can get
minigun.
Yeah, that's the weapon. It's a minigun.
Doesn't that sound good?
I think it's probably good, but I've tried it in the arcade mode. It sends you careening backwards.
Oh.
Speaking of careening, I was at the BJ's recently. They got a free membership to the BJ's, which they send to poor people who haven't bought their BJ's membership. BJ's is a wholesale club that we have around here. If you're, I don't know, maybe you don't have one or you're in another country, but yeah, you buy a membership and it's a store, and you can get bulk items there, and well, it's mostly for poor people, and it sucks. But anyway, I got our card back there. I felt like a poor man going back there, was hoping I would never have to go back there again, but, well, I'm not rich. And there was this guy there. I looked at his cart. It was full of candy. His entire cart was full of bulk candy. Now,
ew.
I like to assume that this was all he ate. That he wasn't a vending machine operator. He was like a younger guy, like a kid almost, you know? Might have been 19 or 20 probably. And then I went out, and we went outside when we got done our shopping, and he was unloading his candy into his car, playing rap music very loudly, and then he sent his cart careening across the parking lot. That's where the careening came from.
Oh God. Oh God.
And it hit a pole, thankfully, and not another car.
Oh, God.
But yeah, instead of just like, you know, returning his cart like a human being, he just sent it careening into a pole.
What a jerk. Who does that?
Well, this guy did. He was hopped up on Reese's cups.
Oh, Christ.
And on the way out, I asked him, "Hey, man, is that your dinner?"
Did you really?
Yep, I did that.
No, you didn't.
Yeah,
I know you. And I know that you and I don't talk to anybody unless we absolutely have to.
Oh, God. You called me out on my ruse.
Sorry.
But wouldn't that be funny?
It probably was his dinner. Look at that stompy stomp damage, dude. Look at that. Look at that.
It's really an obscenity level of damage.
Get stomped on, loser. Oh.
Well, at least you did some damage back to him when you get hit. It shoots those bullets. Those bullets are so white, though, and they're so on top of everything else that it's like hard to tell what's going on when you get hit.
Yeah.
And they have that ability equipment. I almost wish it was just like one of the more backgroundish colors so that you didn't have, so you didn't see it so much.
God.
Because we actually had to deal with something like that in Inferno Racket when we had our weapon called the Murderator, which sent a bunch of your axes spinning around you, and the axe was a very light color, and we just put a bunch of those around the character at first, and it was really distracting to the players, and they couldn't tell what was going on because their character was surrounded by light-colored things, and the things you have to dodge in the game were also light-colored, like the bullets in this game and those lasers, right? So what we did was we changed the color of the Murderator to the axes in our ability called the Murderator. We changed the axes to be black because the backgrounds were very dark in the game, and it made it a lot less distracting, and the players could pay attention to the things that they were supposed to be paying attention to rather than the sequence of spinning axes around them. You killed him. No, you didn't. Oh, you go down to the next level. Oh, you're dead.
I'm so dead. There's no health in this. Is there usually health in the boss levels?
I don't think so. No. No, you got to do it, man. You got to clear it on your own.
So I did buy the capacity upgrades, but I did not fill them with anything, and I've come to realize that's because I have no more money. So, for example,
yeah, there's not really much to. Well, you have a heart there. You didn't use that.
Well, I just unequipped that.
Oh, you unequipped it.
I did that again. I didn't mean to do that. So I bought two capacity. I had nothing. I feel like I have nothing to use it on.
Do you want to look at the arcade mode? Because this has been like an hour.
Holy shit.
We either have to look at the arcade mode or call
you
it.
play arcade mode.
All right, let's just go to the. Let's just do one arcade mode run.
Because I actually want to know there are other characters in this game, and I want to know what they're like.
The Rebel is just the same one that you start with in the campaign mode, so we won't play as that one. Then there's the tank. This is, I guess, called the Wizard, the Warrior, the Cloak, the Cloak, the Cloak. I think it's the Cloak.
Alright.
But anyway, the way they unlock is you don't actually have to buy them. Just as soon as you hit the total amount of gems collected in arcade mode to unlock it. For instance, this one, see we're at 7944 out of 10,000. If we spend those 7944, it doesn't count as... It doesn't take away from us unlocking the next character.
Right.
It's just when you get to that total number of gems, you unlock that character. So we're just going to play as the tank because we didn't play as him for the whole episode.
So do you know if like the tank's loadout consists of the same things that you can get in the campaign, or is it completely new stuff?
It's the same stuff. Yeah, you start with a shotgun instead of the machine gun. You start with the machine gun if you play as the other character, but you get new guns as you play. So, and he starts with more health, I believe, and a shield. I think that's the biggest difference. And he has a different ultimate. I'm not sure which one, but it's a different ultimate.
But these are all
we just got a different gun here. It's a random gun. So we got the
Whoa.
lightning gun. And this one, when you shoot it, it does like a chain lightning thing between enemies, and each time it hits another enemy, it does more damage. So if you get a chain of enemies, it does a lot more damage. I don't know what this is, actually. I've never gotten this one. I like it. Can we just not get any other guns? I think I'm going to stay with this one.
It doesn't even hurt you.
I'm going to avoid getting that. I'm going to avoid getting... It looks like I got hurt by something. I don't know if it was the gun, but... It's some kind of a rocket launcher. It does have a very slow fire rate. I don't want that gun.
Oh.
Okay, so here's how the upgrades work. In arcade mode, you don't upgrade your character permanently. You just it's Inferno Racket style. This is basically this is basically exactly Inferno Racket or Nuclear Throne, which I think this game was also influenced by.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I see it.
Not 100% on that, but I think it was. So we can get faster fire rate, which will be good with what we have right now. Laser on jump, piercing bolt of blade. I think we'll take faster rate of fire. So yeah, this game you kind of get it both ways. So if you really do just like a straight up arcade game, you've got it with arcade mode. But if you do want more of that, more of an RPG or a game at least with an upgrade system, right, with a little bit more permanent upgrades, then you can also take that too. I should be getting the other guns just to show them, but good God, look at this gun.
Yeah, it's hard to say no to, isn't it?
I feel so unstoppable, especially since the fire rate increased.
I think it's funny that it doesn't force you to change weapons.
Yeah, you don't. It doesn't force you to change weapons. Yeah, that's true, but it also prevents you from getting some health ups sometimes if those health ups overlap the gun, which has happened several times already. So I don't know. That's kind of a balancing thing, but it doesn't seem that deliberate of a balancing thing. Like it's not consistent. Max HP plus 3. Don't mind if I do. So sometimes the floor is lava. I think these levels are randomized. Oh, with that max HP, let's see if I can get those hearts without getting the gun. No, I got the gun. Oh well. Wait, we should show more of the gun, more different guns.
Is that the Zeus spear or something? Whatever that was
some kind of a spear. I don't know.
Lightning spear.
Yeah, looks like it. It's no exploding rocket launcher. That's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So not having to change guns.
There's a heart down there.
Will I be able to get it in time? Probably not.
Where'd it go?
Did I get it? I think it disappeared.
I think it did disappear.
Oh, I didn't use this. I didn't use the ultimate. All right. Well, we'll use the ultimate in the beginning of the next level so that I don't lose it. Oh, we're up to the Pus Works. Actually, I don't think I've ever gotten to the Pus Works in arcade mode. Wait, I don't have the ultimate. I don't have an ultimate anymore. I guess maybe it runs out between levels or something. No, I'm dead.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I unlocked the wizard.
Oh, nice.
All right, I guess should we?
Yeah, we gotta.
This is a long fucking episode, but all right, we'll do it. We'll do it, man.
Okay, we gotta.
We're gonna play as the wizard. Don't forget to dash. Okay, we're back at the boneyard. So you gotta start all over every time you do arcade mode.
That's the wizard, huh?
He starts with like the. It seems like a more powerful version of that chain lightning gun that I have before. Oh, let's see his ultimate. Oh, it just does a lot of chain lightning. But the thing about the gun that you start with is it's probably going to be replaced pretty soon. But yeah, it doesn't force you to change the gun, which is like that's like a core mechanic of Crate Box.
Yeah. And really,
see the ultimate. Oh, we already did the ultimate. Yeah,
and like if you're changing weapons all the time, what's the difference between the characters, right? Like,
yeah, I guess it's like the starting hit points. Like the tank starts with more hit points. They do seem to move at about the same speed. I'm not sure if the speeds are. The wizard might be slower than the rebel. Is the first starting character. And the ultimates are different.
Oh yeah,
the ultimate abilities. So there's I think there's enough difference to warrant having different characters.
You know what I don't think we talked about was when this game comes out, which is April 18th.
April 18th, yep.
I don't think we mentioned that at the top of the episode.
So by the time this episode comes out, it should be out, well, soon.
Explosion proof? Ultra Halo?
No explosion, no damage from explosions, under 3 HP, jump higher, or even longer invincibility. I guess we'll take jump higher. Something we can visibly see at least. Oh yeah, we jump pretty damn high now. And now I need that ability that shoots down whenever you jump. really get the height on him. Man, Downwell. That was a game about being on the top, right?
Yeah, this keeps reminding me of Downwell too.
Yeah, we're just like capped at the top by the top of the screen though.
Yeah. Like you just want to be up there all the time. At the expense of your own health bar, you'd be willing to get up there. It really does make all the difference.
Yeah, just being able to stomp the enemies is really, yeah, it really encourages you to get up there. And the game would be, I mean, the game is designed around you being able to stomp enemies. It would be fucking impossible if you couldn't stomp them.
Yeah.
Like, especially these guys. I mean, they're just floaters that move towards you, right? Like, having to shoot all those would be a real pain in the ass. Like, in Crate Box, they don't send, like, 8 of those at you at a time. Sometimes they send more than that at you at a time in this. And it's okay, because, like, you can just get, if you can get to the top, you can just stomp on them all. You just chain stomp on them, basically. Oh, we can get more hearts.
You can double up on power-ups.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, no, you can't.
I mean, maybe you can, but we haven't seen it happen yet, so I don't think you can.
What are those things? Spaceships?
Yeah, if you get under them, it's real bad. They do that laser thing. It's not very nice. There we go. We'll just kill those guys with our ultimate.
You're doing really well.
I guess. Look at that heart ability. 3 extra hearts. Nothing wrong with that. Ouch. Oh, I used the ultimate only at the very end, though, after I had already taken all that fucking damage. Oh, man.
Some of these rounds are really long, though.
Yeah, it's pretty long. Yeah. I guess.
Like, some of the rounds in the campaign mode that I played were, like I said, I would get to the end and they just get obliterated by 3 of those demon guys. And I wish that I didn't have to play through,
those... What did we call them? Demon Lords?
Demon Lords.
The guys that shoot those projectiles that kind of slightly home towards the player. Yeah, you guys know what we're talking about. Yeah, those are used quite often as basically like mini bosses at the end of a level.
And it's just frustrating because you want to fight them first, or else.
Ooh, shoot down when jumping.
You're gonna waste.
Exactly what I wanted.
There you go. Because sometimes you waste 2.5, 3 minutes getting to the end of the level just to get obliterated, you know?
Yeah.
And that's why I ended up rage quitting. And granted, I'm a little bitch. But still.
What I want right now is fire rate. Fire rate. That'd be so great. And I also want to be towards the top of the screen here. Ouch.
Ow.
Yeah, I couldn't fire fast enough for that second to last hit there. Alright, well, I was killed.
Are you number 1?
Oh yeah, am I number 1?
Submitting.
It's submitting. We had a soft lock. Hard lock? Soft lock?
Whoa.
I think we're locked up.
Look, the animations are still playing, though.
Yeah, there's like a little bit of that dithering smoke in the very middle bottom of the screen there.
Huh. That's weird.
I'm not sure.
Oh,
what? I just mashed buttons. I pressed Y. Oh, wait.
Oh.
Global scores.
18K.
9?
Huh.
Yeah. Hans is the developer. It turns out, because I emailed him earlier today.
Oh.
So I found that out.
He did pretty good.
Makes sense that he would be the top, but somebody else already beat him.
Yeah. To Carl.
And as a developer, I think that is a compliment. If somebody is willing to play your game
more than you,
so much that more than you and beat your score, I like seeing that. I like with our second game, GameSoup, we saw that happen. I saw players that got better than us at the game, which I was really pleased to see. So, from a developer's perspective, pretty awesome. But are we locked up here? Press the Y button. I can press the Y button to look at our score here, but
and nothing else, really?
Pressing all the buttons. What? Start?
I
can press start to go to this menu, but I can't use the menu on the left there.
That's weird.
I don't think. I mean, I should be able to figure that out, right? No. I can use this to change. Yeah, I can go back. I can go back to the pause menu. So, I mean, I guess it's fine. It's not a hard lock, but it is a little bug.
50,000 for that X1.
Yeah, we got to get to 50,000. So, we're going to be here a while. Just kidding. It's the end of the night here at GS. Thanks again to Cuddle Monster, Congregate, and Terminals.io for hooking us up with an advanced copy of the game. Thank you for watching. Join our Discord server. We do a lot of giveaways and shit on there, and you can hang out with us. Follow us on Twitter. Thanks for watching.
Oh yeah, thank you for watching GameSack.
GameSack.